everybody, how are you doing? And welcome to a new moving abroad type video. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, you are very welcome. My name is Sandy. I moved abroad from Germany to England 10 years ago. It was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and today I like to try and motivate other people to do similar moves. If you're watching for the first time, please remember to subscribe to my channel. It's very important to me, and let's get to the video. So the number one question that I get from you guys always is, Sandy, is this the right decision for me? And obviously this is something very difficult for me to answer. I always try to help you guys and help you, guide you in the right direction, but I can't answer this for you, but I can hopefully give you guidelines of how you can figure out whether this is the right decision for you or not. So before we get into how you even move abroad and live there, let's talk about why you are thinking about moving abroad. So I never in my life thought that I was gonna live abroad. I always just had little plans to, maybe live abroad for 6 months or so. So that's something I don't have a story to tell about, but I know that a lot of you guys want to move abroad for a certain reason, and that is fine, but you need to be careful what type of reason that is. So maybe, are you unhappy at home? Are you unhappy with living with your parents or living with your friends at the moment? Or maybe have you gone through a certain breakup? Or maybe you are just not happy with yourself, and maybe you just don't like yourself and you think that all of this will be better when you move abroad. This is something that I would be very careful with. It's almost like running away from your problems. Now, I'm not saying that this doesn't work, but I am saying that you might come over here and find that you missing your boyfriend, you still being unhappy with yourself hasn't changed. And if you feel that, then you'll be even unhappier when you come here. Again, I've gotten so many messages from you guys where you say, oh, I've moved abroad, but I'm still lonely, but I'm still, I haven't found myself, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. And this is where it gets very difficult. But I don't necessarily recommend running away from your problems. I think you should stay at home long enough until you're happy enough with the situation that you're in and move abroad for different reasons. Now, these reasons can be all sorts. It can be finding yourself, but because you're hungry for adventure, not because you're unhappy with your home self. That's a very important difference. So being hungry for adventure and feeling a little bit stuck in your day-to-day routine at home, that is a good reason to move abroad, trust me. Wanting to experience other cultures, other food, other languages, that is a good reason for moving abroad. I guess wanting to make something out of your life as well, wanting to look back and say like, I loved my home in Germany, but I also loved my home in England or wherever you were moving to. I've seen the world, that is a good reason for wanting to move abroad. So I hope this is a good kind of intro of sit down and think about why you want to do it as a first step. Then the number 2 question I get from you guys is around friends and family. So you say, Sandy, I want to move abroad, I want to move abroad for the right reasons, but I'm so worried that I will miss my friends and family and boyfriend, and what should I do? And again, some people are just worse at missing others, and some people deal with it quite easily. Now, there's so many factors that play into this. For example, where are you going? Are you going to a different time zone, or are you going like I did from Germany to England, which is literally just 1 hour difference? Are you leaving a boyfriend behind or a girlfriend that you've had for 10 years? Or are you single and ready to, move abroad without having a partner at home? Do you live with your parents and you have 3 siblings and you have a very close relationship with your parents and you're moving out of home? Difficult. But if you're already living away from your parents, maybe 1 or 2 hours drive, trust me, England and Germany as an example doesn't really make that much of a difference. So yes, you will miss your friends and family at home, even if you're not very attached to them anymore, maybe because you're living outside of home already. But if moving abroad is the right decision for you, the pain of missing your friends and family will not be overtaken by the excitement. No, will be overtaken by the excitement of being abroad. So the excitement of you doing it and living abroad and living your dream will soften the worry and the pain for missing your friends and family every day a little bit more, until you can very easily deal with it, because you'll be so strong and so happy that you've made this decision that you're okay with, you know, connecting with them via Skype and seeing them a few times a year. So that is also something to consider. And now let's get into how do I move abroad? That is a question I get all the time, and it's not something that I can say, so you need this, this and this, and then you're done. Because first of all, we are all from different locations, right? I'm German. At the time, 10 years ago, there was no Brexit, there was nothing, so I just traveled here on the plane, and then I found a job, and it was very easy. But if you're from America and you want to move abroad, that is harder. You might need a visa, or, you know, going further down the line in a few years, you might need some sort of allowance to live in England as well. I've made a few videos on that in case you want to find that out. Or if you don't want to move to England but you want to move to the US or Australia, there's certain regulations and you might need a visa, so that makes it harder. I cannot give you advice on whether or not you need a visa. I would love to, but I'm no immigration expert. All I know is that you can Google these things very early. So make sure first that you have the allowance to live and work in the country of your choice. Again, in my example, it was obviously very easy at the time. Thank God, that was good. And then instead of, and this is my genuine and honest and so important tip for you, instead of packing your entire life together and shoving it in a suitcase and saying goodbye to all your friends and family forever, why don't you just move abroad for 6 months? This is what I did. So I moved abroad for 6 months and then another 3 years during university, and eventually, gradually, I took my things over here and now I'm living here. So that made the whole transition process so much easier, because I had already tested the local culture, the local people, the language, the way things are over here, and I was extra sure that I wanted to live here. So obviously this isn't possible for every country, you know, and for every person. So if you want to make the move, and if you dare, and I take my hat, no, you know what I mean, and I have a lot of respect for you if you do that. So if you dare to move abroad from one day to the other, and you've planned and booked everything, and you've checked if you have working allowance, then you are amazing and brave, and I am so excited for you. Just remember, it doesn't necessarily need to be forever as well. A lot of people do exactly that. They move abroad for maybe 4 or 5 years, they have a bit of a career abroad, and then they decide to go back to their home country because their need for adventure is over and they feel like they've done something with their life, and now they're happy to go back and maybe settle, maybe have a baby in their home country. So also that is fine. It never means goodbye Germany forever. Although in my case 10 years is a very long time, and right now if you ask me, I'm not planning on going back, but you never know, right? So you never know what's going to happen. But I hope this helped you and inspired you a little bit, and just made you maybe think, and made you maybe do the first step of moving abroad. Because like I said in one of my really old videos, when you have that little fire burning inside you that speaks to you every day and tells you you need to explore another culture, I know how that feels. So don't ignore it, listen to it, and it will make you very happy. Any further questions, put them down below. Please follow my Instagram, very important, and subscribe. I think I said that already, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching.